Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this meeting. As I said this lesson is about writing practice. The objective of this session is to practice English writing exercises for English level A2. I don't know if some of you probably have a high level, but in this case, this lesson is for A2, English level A2. First, I'm going to introduce myself, and then I ask you to introduce yourself. Well, I'm Liliana Soler. I'm 40 years old. I'm from Bogota. Currently, I live here in Bogota. I live with my mom and brother. I'm in 9th semester of bachelor's degree in foreign languages with an emphasis on English. I really like to read a lot. I also enjoy spend time with my family and my friends. I like the cats. I don't have pets, but I would like to have a cat in the future. I don't like lazy people. I don't like lies. I don't like the noisy people. I prefer the silent. That's all about me. What about you, Laura, Marcela? Could you introduce yourself, please? Thank you.
Yes, hello, I am Laura Marcela Mina. I am 25 years old and I'm in the first semester of foreign languages. I also like to read, to write. Those are two of my favorite hobbies. And I am very happy to be studying in this university because I have the opportunity to study, work, and share time with my family. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
Very nice. Laura, where do you live, or where are you from?
I am from Ibagué and I live in Ibagué all my life here.
Very nice. And other thing that you want to share, or that's all?
No, no, that.
No more?
No, no more.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Laura Marcela. Lina, could you introduce yourself, please?
Nice to meet you. My name is Lina Amaya. I live in Bogota. I am from Bogota too. I studied degree in foreign languages with emphasis in English. I am in seventh period, and I like to do exercise. I like to walk. I like to swim. Sometimes when I'm on holidays, I used to swim, run. Sometimes I I like to watch series about some sports. I like the vegetables, the fruits, eat um, health, health food. I like the soup, the rice soup, the onion, um, the carrot.
Lina, I can't hear you well. I don't know if you have some problems with your microphone.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well, better.
Okay. Okay. So I am going to start again. I am Lina Maya. I am from Bogota. I live in Bogota too, and I study degree in foreign languages with emphasis in English. I am in seventh period. I like to eat fruits and vegetables. I like to help food and have a health lifestyle. And on holidays, I like to do exercise. I like to swim. I like to sing too. I like to, as my hobbies, I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to watch movies with my friends or with my friends or and family too. I live with my dad. I don't have child, but I have a boy.
Okay, Lina, thank you very much. It's very interesting. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen with you in order to explain the topic for today and to do some writing exercise. The idea is to practice and reinforce our skills, our English skills. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
My presentation? Okay.
yes, I can see it.
Laura, Marcela, and Lina, Janet, can you see my screen? Yes or not?
Yes, I can see.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Thank you very much. And this activity is by the online language community from UNAD, and the name of the activity is writing practice. The topic for today is a formal letter. Today is Thursday, December the 1st. Let's start. In order to do a little preparation, here we have some expression related with the topic. Laura Marcela, could you read the first expression and its meaning, please? Complaint.
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 A statement that a situation is unsatisfactory or unacceptable.
Yes, exactly. And unsatisfactory, and or unacceptable. What do you think? Could you explain in your own words this expression, complaint? If you can explain in English, it's good, or if you prefer in Spanish, doesn't matter, no problem. What for you? What is a complaint?
Uh, for example, when a person go to a company or it's going to buy
Yes.
something and the sale is o sea, eso es una
Rude.
queja, mejor dicho. Es rude, eso, rude.
Yes,
And
yes,
the seller
the
is
seller.
rude. The seller, eso, the
Yes,
seller
the
is
seller
rude.
is rude and
Uh,
gave a bad service for you.
and yes, and give about service. So I'm going to the administration and
Oh,
put a
yes.
complaint uh,
Mhm.
because I feel unsatisfactory with the service of that seller.
Exactly, yes. Good job. Very good explanation about this
Thank you.
expression complaint. Okay, thank you. Complaints and claims, yes. In the administration office, there are a service of complaints and claims. Quejas y reclamos. Complaints and claims.
Claim.
Lina Janet, could you read the following expression wrong?
Wrong, not correct, or true, incorrect.
What do you think? What do you understand?
I think wrong is some word in
Yes.
grammar. Some word is something that isn't good, or a situation that is not right, or
Yes. In grammar, is for example, when you commit a mistake, when you do something wrong, something incorrect. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Laura Marcela, could you read the following expression? Vandals?
Vandals, a person who deliberately destroys or deliberately destroys or damage public or private property.
Yes. What do you understand about vandals?
Vándalo.
Yes, exactly. In Spanish, the meaning is vándalos.
It's
A person who did,
it's
yes, a person who causes damage deliberately, yes. Is destroy or damage public or private property. Exactly. En español, un vándalo. Lina Janet, could you read the following expression, counsel? Lina, can you hear me?
sorry, yes. Council,
Counsel.
council, an advisory, deliberative, or legislative body of people formally constitute and meeting regularly.
Yes. What do you understand?
Maybe it's like
Es
an
como un grupo de
advisory body,
personas.
like
Yes, es como un consejo donde se reúnen varias personas a deliberar. Deliberative or legislative, legislative, a legislative, body of people, cuerpo de personas, formally constituted and meeting regularly. Se reúnen a deliberar o a legislar. Es como el consejo de una ciudad. Laura Marcela, could you read the following expression, hire?
hire the action of hiring someone or something.
Yes, for example, when you get a job in a company, the boss hire you, te contrata. Es como contratar. Yes, exactly. Lina Janet, could you read the following expression, scheme?
Scheme, a large-scale systematic plan or arrangement for attaining a particular object or putting a particular idea into practice.
Yes. Es como un esquema de algunas, un esquema de información o de conceptos o de reglas a seguir, esquema. The last one is an example of the combination between hire scheme. Hire scheme, por ejemplo, es un esquema de contratación. Hire scheme. For example, e.g., example given is a public bicycles for rent. For example, an hire scheme could be a public bike sharing zone. Un esquema de alquiler de bicicletas públicas. En este caso, hire scheme refers to the sharing zone of public bikes. Okay, continue. More expression related with the topic. Laura Marcela, could you read the first expression, object?
Object. Say something to express one's disapproval or disagreement with something.
In this case es como en español es objetar, o sea, también es el significado puede ser un objeto, pero en este caso relacionado con el tema del día es expresar desaprobación o desagrado por algo, objetar. In this case, the meaning of object is en español objetar, o sea, como no estar de acuerdo con algo. Okay, thank you. Lina Janet, could you read the following expression, mainly?
Mainly, more than anything else.
Principalmente.
What do you think? Principal, yes, exactly. Más que algo más, de algo de más. Principalmente de algo. Mainly, yes. Laura Marcela, could you read the following expression, encourage?
Encourage, give support, confidence, or hope to someone.
Yes.
Motivar, alentar.
Exactly, yes. Give support.
Give support.
Dar apoyo, motivar, ajá. O esperanza a alguien, or hope. Lina Janet, to cycle.
To cycle, ride a bicycle.
Exactly. Como ir en bicicleta. Andar en bici. Montar bici. Ride a bicycle. Laura Marcela, could you read the following? Although.
In spite of the fact that, even though.
What do you think?
That's a connector.
Yes, a connector.
Aunque.
Ajá. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
A pesar de, aunque. Yes. Very good. Lina, could you read since?
Since, from a time in the past until the present, is like this.
Desde. From a time in the past until the present. Very good. Laura Marcela, unless.
Unless, except if used to introduce the case in which a statement being made is not true or valid.
Unless.
¿A menos que?
Yes. A no ser que, a menos que. Yes, very good. Rather than. Who's follow? ¿Quién sigue? Who's follow to read? Rather than. Laura or Lina?
Lina.
Rather than contrasting things or situations, introduce the thing or situation that is not true.
For you, what is rather than? In Spanish could be, for example, más bien, en vez de eso, en lugar de, rather than, contrasting to think. Okay, let's continue. In order to do the exercise number 1, we have to do a little task. The task consists of your local council has decided to stop a free bike hire scheme in your town center. Write a letter of complaint about this decision. En tu ciudad o en tu pueblo el consejo decidió detener el servicio de bicicletas públicas. Y entonces tenemos que la tarea es, the task is write a letter of complaint about this decision. Tenemos que escribir una carta para quejarnos de esta decisión. The person, Penny Wentworth, write the following letter, but in this case, the letter have 3 missed words in the gap 1, in the gap 2, and in the gap 3. First, we are going to reading the letter and then try to identify the missed words. Laura, could you read the first part of the letter?
Okay.
To dear until to do it, possible to do it. Okay. And then Lina read the second part. I understand to Penny Wentworth.
Dear Sir or Madam, I am reading to complain about the decision to stop the free bike hire scheme in our town. This scheme has been very popular, especially among young people, and I can't understand why the council wants to stop it. I object to the decision mainly because the bike hire scheme encourages people to cycle. I'm going by, no. I am
no,
going
don't
by
worry.
car. Okay.
Okay, no, don't worry.
Okay.
No,
Going by,
just read.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 1, going by car or bus. 2, cycling is good for the environment and good for people's health. We want as many people as possible to do it.
Okay, thank you. Lina, could you read the second part, please?
I understand that here have been some problems with vandalism. However, I do not think a small number of vandals should be able to change the console's policy. Surely, it is possible to install security cameras. 3. The bikes are not damaged so often. In conclusion, I believe the bike hire scheme benefits the environment and the residents and should continue. Yours faithfully, Penny Wentworth.
One word. Yes, exactly. In this case, the girl, Penny, write to the council to give the bike hire scheme is free bikes hire scheme continue because it's a good service for the community. And for this reason, she decided to write a letter, a formal letter to the council, to her town council or her city council. Okay, continue with them. Now here we have a little writing strategy. Is a kind of tips or advice when we are writing a formal letter. Laura, could you read the first tip of this writing strategy? And Lina Janet, read the second advice.
Okay, make sure you use a variety of different structures in your reading. You can form complex sentences by joining two clauses together with a conjunction. Although, because, if, unless, or it is,
Etc.
etc.
etc. Okay, thank you. Lina Janet, could you read the second tip?
Use different conjunctions depending on the meaning of the clauses they introduce.
Riding. In this case is riding, and the other word is reading. Riding is escribir and reading, leer. Riding, in this case, is writing. Writing strategy. When we are writing a formal letter, we make sure use a variety of different structures. For example, you can form complex sentences by joining two clauses together with a conjunction, for example, although, because, if, unless. Use different conjunctions depending on the meaning of the clauses they introduce. Continue. Now we are going to read again the writing strategy. Already we read the strategy. The idea, the exercise number 2, is complete the formal letter with some conjunction below in gaps 1, 2, and 3. Now we are going to use some of those conjunctions to complete the letter in the gaps where are missing words, in the gaps 1, in the gap 2, and in the gap 3. For example, What do you think? What conjunction could be in the gap 1? What of those conjunction from the box? What do you think? What is the better option for the gap 1? I'm going to read and then try to identify the conjunction, the appropriate conjunction for the gap 1. Dear sir or madam, I am writing to complain about the decision to stop the free bike hire scheme in our town. This scheme has been very popular, especially among young people, and I cannot understand why the council wants to stop it. I object to the decision mainly because the bike hire scheme encourage people to cycle.
Or
What do you think? What is the better option? Although, if, or rather than, since, so, or unless. Do you remember the meaning of each conjunction?
yes.
Rather than.
Exactly, yes, you're right. Rather than going by car or bus, exactly. I object the decision mainly because the bike hire scheme encourages people to cycle rather than going by car or bus. Very good. In this case, the better option, the conjunction, the correct conjunction for gap 1 is rather than. Okay, number 2, what do you think? What is the better option, the better conjunction for the gap 2? Cycling is good for the environment. What do you think? What is the better conjunction? The sentence continue with cycling is good for the environment and good for people's health. We want as many people as possible to do. In this case, is like a condition. Do you remember the clause of for condition?
If.
If, yes, exactly. If cycling is good for the environment, si el ciclismo es bueno para el medio ambiente y bueno para la salud de las personas, nosotros queremos que mucha gente, lo más posible cantidad de gente lo haga. Cycling. If cycling is good for the environment. Yes, in this case, the conjunction is if. Very good. Continue. I understand that here have been some problems with vandalism. However, I do not think a small number of vandals should be able to change the council's policy. Surely, it is possible to install security cameras. What do you think? What is the better conjunction for the gap 3? Although, if, or rather than, since, so, or unless. it is possible to install security cameras.
So,
And in this case is unless, a menos que algunas bicicletas se dañen con regularidad. Unless the bikes are not damaged so often. A menos que las bicicletas no se dañen con seguridad, con regularmente, damage so often. Unless, in this case, the conjunction is unless the bikes are not damaged so often. In conclusion, I